नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. So today we are going to take 2 shlokas and we'll sing those shlokas back to back. Shall we sing both of the shlokas or only one shloka? Both, na? Both are very sweet shlokas actually. अथाख्याहि हरेर्धीमान् अथाख्याहि हरेर्धीम्ना धीमन् अथाख्याहि हरेर्धीमन् अवतार कथः शुभः अथाख्याहि हरेर्धीमन् अवतार कथा शुभः लीला विदधतः स्वैरं लीला विदधतः स्वैरं ईश्वरस्य आत्ममायया कंप्लीट श्लोका। अथाख्याहि हरेर्धीमन् अवतार कथः शुभः लीला विदधतः स्वैरं ईश्वरस्यात्ममायया अथाख्याहि हरेर्धीमन् अवतार कथः शुभः लीला विदधतः स्वैरं ईश्वरस्यात्ममायया। Somebody repeat. Somebody can. अथाख्याहि हरेर्धीमन् अवतार कथः शुभः लीला विदधतः स्वैरं ईश्वरस्यात्ममायया। ठीक है।
अथाख्याहि हरेर्धीमन् अवतार कथा शुभः लीला विदधतः स्वैरं ईश्वरस्य आत्ममायया। माताजी।
अथाख्याहि हरेर्धीमन् अवतार कथः शुभः लीला विदधतः स्वैरं ईश्वरस्यात्ममायया। मायया
ईश्वरस्यात्मा मायया. Okay, we'll read word to word translation. Atha, therefore, Akhyahi, describe, Harehe, of the Lord, Dhiman, O sagacious one, Avatara, incarnations, Kataha, narratives, Shubha, auspicious, Leela, adventures, Vidadataha, performed, Svairam, pastimes, Ishwarasya, of the Supreme Controller, Atma, personal, Mayaya, energies. Translation. O wise Sutta, please, okay, not required repetition. I will just say, because we are going to read 2 shlokas, so we have to save some time. Okay. O wise Sutta, please narrate to us the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Godhead's multi-incarnations. Such auspicious adventures and pastimes of the Lord, the Supreme Controller, are performed by His personal, internal powers, purport. For the creation, maintenance and destruction of the material worlds. The Supreme Lord, personality of Godhead, Himself appears in many thousands of forms of incarnations, and the specific adventures found in those transcendental forms are all auspicious. Both those who are present during such activities and those who hear transcendental narrations of such activities are benefited. Let's go ahead, next one. Vayam tu na vitrupyama. Vayam tu na vitrupyama. Uttama shloka vikrame. Uttama shloka vikrame. Yat Shrunvatam Yachrunvatam Rasajnanam Yachrunvatam Rasajnanam Swadu Swadu Pade Pade Swadu Swadu Pade Pade Vayam tu na vitrupyama Uttama shloka vikrame Yachrunvatam rasajnanam Swadu Swadu Pade Pade Vayam tu na vitrupyama Uttama shloka vikrame Yachrunvatam rasajnanam Swadu Swadu Pade Pade Prabhuji.
Vayam tu na vitrupyama Uttama shloka vikrame
Yachrunvatam rasajnanam Swadu Swadu Pade Pade
Vayam tu na vitrupyama
Uttama shloka vikrame Yachrunvatam rasajnanam Swadu Swadu Pade Pade Mataji.
Vayam tu na vitrupyama Uttama shloka vikrame Yachrunvatam rasajnanam Swadu Swadu Pade Pade
Vayam tu na vitrupyama Uttama shloka vikrame Yachrunvatam rasajnanam Swadu 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 Pade Pade.
Swadu Swadu Pade Pade. Okay. Word to word. Vayam. We. Tu. But. Na. Not. Vitrupyamaha. Shall be at rest. Uttama Shloka. The personality of Godhead. Who is glorified by transcendental prayers. Vikrame. Adventures. Yat. Which. Shunvatam. By continuous hearing. Rasa. Humor. Jnanam. Those who are conversant with. Swadu. Relishing. Swadu. Palatable. Pade Pade. At every step. Okay, translation. We never tire of hearing the transcendental pastime of the personality of Godhead, who is glorified by hymns and the prayers. Those who have developed a taste for transcendental relationship with Him relish hearing of His pastimes at every moment. Purport. There is a great difference between mundane stories, fictions, or history and the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. The histories of the whole universe contain references to the pastimes of the incarnations of the Lord. The Ramayana, the Mahabharata, and the Puranas are the histories of the bygone ages, recorded in the connection with the pastimes of the incarnations of the Lord, and therefore remain fresh even after repeated readings. For example, anyone may read Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam repeatedly throughout his whole life and yet find in them new light of information. Mundane news is static, whereas transcendental news is dynamic. Inasmuch as the spirit is dynamic and the matter is static, those who have developed a taste for understanding the transcendental subject matter are never tired of hearing such narrations. One is quickly satiated by mundane activities, but no one is satiated by the transcendental or devotional activities. Uttama Shloka indicates that the literature which is not meant for the nations, mundane literature, is in the mode of darkness or ignorance, whereas the transcendental literature is quite different. Transcendental literature is above the mode of darkness, and its light becomes more luminous with progressive reading and realization of the transcendental subject matter. The so-called liberated persons are never satisfied by the repetition of the words Aham Brahmasmi. Such artificial realization of Brahman becomes hackneyed, and so to relish real pleasure they turn to the narrations of Srimad Bhagavatam. Those who are not so fortunate turn to altruism and worldly philanthropy. This means the Mayavad philosophy is mundane, whereas the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam is transcendental. Okay, so we'll start with the Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnana-janashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupak Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। Okay, so we have seen here just now previous shlokas and previous shlokas that there is a narration of Srimad Bhagavatam is going on and devotees are requesting whom they are requesting? Suta Goswami they are requesting, please narrate these pastimes of the Lord Uttama Shloka. Lord is mentioned here as a Uttama Shloka. So Uttama Shloka, sometimes people think Uttama Shloka, they are good shlokas. Yeah, they are good shlokas, but are good shlokas about a best person. Sometimes Vedic literature, Vedic hymns are kind of a pure. Whenever we have to worship the Lord, they sing the Vedic hymns. You know, they wake up the Lord with what is that shloka that while waking up Balaji they sing of? You know? Kaushalya Suprabhatam, right? So these are the shlokas which are coming from the Vedas. What is that? Purusha Sukta specifically. Suprabhatam is the one, but specifically they wake up the Lord. While waking up the Lord, the shloka that we should be singing are the Purusha Suktas. So Purusha Suktas are the shlokas from the Vedas which Lord loves most to hear. And the words of the Vedas are kind of, you can say, they are the pure words. They are uncontaminated words. So now it says, words can be contaminated. Yes, there are some sound vibrations which are mundane and there are some sound vibrations which are spiritual. You know? So whatever words that we create, they are not so perfect. You know, some poetry we write. Poetry, maybe somebody will be most perfect in the writing poetry and all this, but there will be always some kind of a faults into it always. But the Vedic words, they are perfect because those words are coming from the Lord. They are apaurushaya. They are not created by humans. Apaurushaya. So they are created by the Supreme Personality, and that's why those words are perfect. And when we have to glorify the Lord, or when we have to praise or do the stuti of the Lord, so our words may fall short. We may try to glorify the Lord, but the glorification will remain short. We may not glorify appropriately to the Lord, or to the glories of the Lord. You know? So actually when we do like that, where we try to glorify, but that glorification always becomes an offensive. You know? So sometimes people glorify somebody. Arey Prabhuji, you are glorifying somebody and you are telling, Arey Prabhuji, you are the Ambani of this world and this and that. Arey, you are kind of exaggerating. And somebody who is kind of a beggar like me, he says, Prabhuji, you are the Ambani of this world. Arey, what? I don't have any single penny in my bank account and you are telling Ambani of the world. So this kind of a glorification which can become inappropriate. Sometimes somebody we glorify, but we don't know much about him. What will he glorify? So glorification also will become short. You know? So it will become kind of an offensive. I am the Ambani and you are telling me, you are the Lakpati. Yeah? So this is also kind of inappropriate glorification. So and of course when we talk about the Lord, to glorify him, we should be knowing him actually. And when we know him, then only we will be able to glorify him properly. Otherwise our glorification will be either a short or maybe some kind of imaginary things. which may not be the true or may not be right. So to glorify the Lord, there should be appropriate words, and what will be best appropriate than the words of the Vedas. That's why the Lord is glorified in all those Uttama Shloka. The Lord is being glorified by Ananta Shesha in his perfect voice, perfect intelligence, with his unlimited hoods. He has so many hoods. How many mouths Ananta Shesha has? Ananta, that's why his name is Ananta, right? And with his Ananta mouths, he is glorifying the Leelas of the Lord continuously and without any stoppage. नहीं पानी पीने का थोड़ा सा ब्रेक ले लेते हैं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. He is continuously glorifying since the beginning of this whole universe, and he is not stopped yet, and still he has not completed. So that's how this Lord's glorifications are unlimited, and his activities are unlimited. Everywhere his activities, every avtaras, every incarnation, every creation is doing these activities, and all the glories, all the activities are glorified. That's why he is the Uttama Shloka. Vayam tu navrityapame Uttama Shloka Vikrame. And here the word is used as a Vikrame. Vikrame, his activities are glorious. His activities are great. And that's why the translation of Vikrame, anybody know? Notice what is the translation for this Vikrame words Prabhupada has given? The adventures of the Lord. Krishna comes and does so many adventures. And same way Prabhupada has translated this Leela word here also. Generally Leela means the pastimes or the activities, but here also Prabhupada translates this Leela word also as adventures of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So whenever he comes, he does the adventure. His activities are adventurous, that's why we find everything in the Lord's activities. We find romance in his activities, we find the thrill in his activities, and action, everything. Have you read the pastime of Hiranyakashipu or Hiranyaksha? They are fighting with the Lord. Those pastimes, those incidents in Srimad Bhagavatam they are described in a much detail. How Hiranyaksha was fighting against Narasimhadev? No, Varadev. Okay, I just want to check whether you are eager to hear or not. That's why it says, here devotees are telling, Vayam tu na vitrupyama. Vitrupyama, we are not satisfied. Vayam tu na vitrupyama. Other people can be tired of hearing, but we are not. Vayam tu na vitrupyama. We are not tired of hearing. Let us hear. See, these pastimes, this discussion is happening since long time. 1,000-year yajna is happening, and 1,000-year katha, Hari Katha, not just your Bhagavad Saptah, 7 days you hear and then go home and do something else. No, this is 1,000-year Bhagavad Saptah is going on, and in between there is a change of the speaker. Speaker change हो गया. पहले कौन speaking कर रहे थे? Romaharshana Sutta, and suddenly he was killed, and Sutta Goswami was installed as a speaker. So that's how this telling. Now you have started hearing, speaking, but we are hearing it since long time, but we are not tired yet. Vayam tu na vitrupyama uttama shloka vikrame. The adventures of the Lord are untiring. We are not tired of hearing all those pastimes. And specifically when there are adventures pastimes are happening, people start cheering and lauding. Hiranyaksha is coming from the nostril of Brahmaji. Brahmaji ke nostril se aa jate suddenly. Is Brahmaji is already very much tensed. Arey bhai, ye kya ho gaya? Sab mess. The project that was managing, this temple I was managing, everything is becoming spoiled. Sab politics, ye wo वगैरह वगैरह, and tension में सर पे हाथ लगा के बैठे ब्रह्मा जी, and suddenly from his nostril one animal is coming out, and Brahma ji says, क्या हो रहा है? What's coming out? And Brahma ji is wondering, who is this coming from my nostril? And it started growing and growing and growing, and all the sages sitting around, they started glorifying, Hari Bol, Supreme Lord has come, God has come. And Brahmaji is, and everybody will start paying obeisances. And then this Lord who has come just now from the nostril of Brahmaji, he started growing and he just shakes his body, and everybody starts wondering, wow, Lord is so beautiful, he's pig. Varaha avatar means a pig. Nobody likes pigs, but when Lord takes the form of a pig, that also is so beautiful. Everybody is mesmerized, and people are wondering, even he is a pig, why it is that our hearts are getting attracted to him? He may not be a normal man. He definitely is not a normal pig here coming out of the nostril of Brahmaji, because our hearts are getting attracted to him. He is a supreme personality of Godhead only, and everybody started glorifying him. And this Varaha avatar, he comes out, just stretches his hands and legs, like, have you seen the small baby coming out of the mother's womb, and after coming he just stretches his hands and legs? No? Happens or not? Maybe when you come out of your bed, maybe you stretch your hands and legs, and then shake your body. We don't shake your body, the pigs do. And when they shake the body, and then the whole hairs will have the water of this one Viraja water, and this just sprinkled over and there, and that water comes on the bodies of all the sages, and sages become ecstatic. Wow, we are getting Mahaprasad, from the Lord's body. Just like when the Lord is then Abhishekam or maybe Arati, and after Arati the Pujari takes the water and throws on the public's eyes, and on the devotees who are sitting in the Arati, we just send Haribol. Like that is happening. Abhishekam water, the offered water is sprinkled, and we just feel that ecstasy as Mahaprasad is falling on our body, and this glorification, and everybody is cheering. And then Hiranyaksha is fighting with Lord, and sometimes he's overpowering, and Varaha is overpowering him, and people are getting a thrill, and sometimes anxiety, arey kya hoga, whether he will be killed or not, and all these things. So in this way, this all Lord's adventures are explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Not just simply talk about Varahadev and Hiranyaksha fight. Even Hiranyakashipu and Narsimhadev fight also is like that exciting. Adventure is there, and Lord is adventurous. You can see the pastime of when in the Krishna pastime also, when Krishna kills different demons. So all these adventures pastime. That's why it says Uttama Shloka Vikrame. Krishna is called as a Uttama Shloka Vikrame. He's a Urukrama. His every step is big, and every action is magnanimous, big, huge. Uttama Shloka. And while hearing those pastimes, we are not tired. Vayam tuna vitrupyama Uttama Shloka Vikrame. So Krishna's pastimes are glorious. Athakya hi harer dhiman avatara katha Shiva. Please let us know this Shubha Katha, the glorious, this beautiful pastime of the Lord, Avatara Katha Shiva, Lila Vidatataha. These activities are done and performed Vidadataha Swairam. Swairam, by his own will these pastimes are performed. He is doing on his own. We are forced to perform. है ना? Performance appraisal meeting होती है हमारी. We are forced. नहीं करोगे तो appraisal नहीं मिलेगा. We are forced to perform. बॉस नहीं बोलेगा अरे तू काम कुछ मत कर, मिलेगा तेरे को पैसा, है ना? He really tell like that. We are forced to perform. But here Swairam, Lord is performing this pastime. Vidatata Swairam. He is performing these activities by his own will. करना है तो करेंगे, नहीं तो फिर जाके वो कारण सागर में सो जाएंगे. The Lord is there to sleep only here. What job the Lord has? He's just sleeping. But sometimes in the dreams he always performs his pastimes. So Swairam Ishwarasya Atma Maya. He does these activities on his own sweet will. Atma Maya. Because he is a controller. He is a Ishwara. He is the one who is controlling everything, nor he is being controlled by anything else. Ishvara. He is a Param Ishvara. है ना? Sometimes people say, अरे प्रभु जी ईश्वर मतलब तो हमारे शिव जी होते हैं. है ना. कर्नाटक वाले लोग बोलेंगे ईश्वरा मतलब वो कौन सा गाँव है, व्हाट इज प्लेस इज दैट, Karnataka, where they worship Shiva, Dharmapuri, right? Dharmavaram, Dharmasthala, right? Yeah, there. Because Ishvara means our Shivji. But yes, but if you go little bit ahead, there is a Parameshwara's place, Udupi. So go to the Udupi, you have to pass by the Shivji's place. Of course, taking Shivji's blessings, we go and approach the Parameshwara, the Supreme Controller. Swairam Ishwaram Atma Mayaya. His activities are transcendental. Other activities, other glories are cannot be so transcendental. There may be some boring. Sometimes some movie becomes very, very hit. We love to see that movie 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 times, continuously every day, every week you will be watching, you get bored, and afterwards you'll say, अरे प्रभु जी अगर नहीं देखोगे तो शूट कर देंगे, जाके देखो प्रभु जी, ये टॉर्चर है प्रभु जी. It happened in my college days. Now we were very, very much fond of one particular movie songs. Very nice. We loved that movie song. I will not tell you because you will get all the memories back. But yeah, my roommate was so fond of that song. He purchased one cassette of it. Tape recorder was there. Every day morning he will play the cassette. Every day. 1 month passed. 2 months passed. Next day, all the boys, they did a conspiracy and broke that cassette. Because we were not ready to hear that again. Our ears were satiated, completely satisfied. After that, 15 years again, if somebody asks our group boys, Prabhuji, will you hear those songs again? No, done. So our favorite movie song became unfavorite just by hearing it extensively. But when we hear these pastimes of Krishna in this Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita and all the Puranas, these pastimes are heard again and again, spoken again and again, and relished again and again, but they were never becoming bored. है ना. महाभारत जब निकला था, I don't know what is the date that was, but that whole India used to be a curfew. उसके बाद nobody thought कि अभी somebody else will B.R. Chopra महाभारत, right? B.R. Chopra महाभारत. Nobody thought कि अरे महाभारत खत्म हो गया, इसके बाद में कोई महाभारत नहीं बनाएगा. Then again somebody made Mahabharat, again India got curfew. They started loving it. Whoever speaks about these glories of the Lord, the stories which are connected to the Lord, heard again and again, they will bring the same ecstasy. And of course, these pastimes and the glories has to be spoken perfectly. That's why even if people say that it should be perfectly said and all this thing, but not required. This is the shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, what is that shloka? That Tadvaga Visargo, yeah. Tadvaga Visargo Janataga Viplavo. Yasmin Prati Shlokam Abhadyavatapi. These shlokas, these shlokas, these pastimes, which may not be spoken perfectly also. The speaker may have lots of discrepancies. His grammar may be wrong. His vocabulary may be not perfect. He may not be kind of extravagant speaker. But if he is speaking the glories of the Lord, Yasmi Prati Shlokam Abhadyavatapi. Every shloka is Abhaddha. मतलब Subandhu, Abhaddha. Subandhu means perfectly composed. Abhaddha मतलब बेकार वाला श्लोका है. अरे सब गड़बड़ श्लोका लिख दिया. यस्मिन् प्रति श्लोकम अबद्धवत्यपि गुणवन्ति गायन्ति शृण्वन्ति नामानि अनन्तस्य यशोंकितानि. These shlokas are heard and relished. Shunvanti, gayanti, grunanti, sadhava. Sadhus will be relishing these pastimes and this one. Why? Because namani anantasya yashonkitani. Every name of the Lord is bringing the victory and the glory. Yashonkitani. Every name, every pastime is full of victory. And that's why these are heard and relished. And that's why it is mentioned here. Shunutam rasadnyanam yat chunvatam. When we hear these pastimes, what will happen? Svadu svadu pade pade. Svadu svadu 2 times. Pade pade coming 2 times. Why is coming 2 times? Both the times Prabhupada has translated into a different meaning. First svadu is the tasteful, and the second one Prabhupada translated as a palatable thing. Pade pade, every step, every place, these pastimes are relishable. Swadu swadu pade pade. And finally Prabhupada says, this will be relished by the one who has taste in it. Who has already gone through it. Maybe sometimes people say, अरे प्रभु जी भागवतम पढ़ने में बड़ा बोरिंग लगता है, भागवत गीता प्रभु जी अरे बाबा है ना. फिर भी बोलते हैं ना कि शिक्षा एग्जाम लेनी है तो आपको भगवत गीता पढ़नी पड़ेगी 2 times 3 times. प्रभु जी so big task to read भगवत गीता प्रभु जी. But yes, there are the devotees who have read this Bhagavad Gita hundreds of times. Imagine how many of you have read Bhagavad Gita. Anybody has read Bhagavad Gita 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times? Nobody. There are devotees who love and relish reading Bhagavad Gita because they got the taste into it. They understood what mellow is there in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita मतलब पूरा ड्राई फिलोसॉफी है प्रभु जी, उसमें कोई स्टोरी नहीं है, कोई पास्ट टाइम नहीं है. Will people come to some Bhagavad Gita class and प्रभु जी ये क्या बता रहे? No philosophy, no story. Some story is there, some action is there, adventure is there. We love to it, है ना, love to hear. But simply dry philosophy, अरे so boring. But yes, when you start reading this Bhagavad Gita, you understand what kind of a sweetness is there into that. What kind of ecstasy Krishna is explaining while Krishna is expressing while reading, while talking this Bhagavad Gita. You will understand every word, every shloka is ecstasy of Krishna. That's why it is said Bhagavad Gita. Gita means Geet. Geet means song. When somebody sings songs, okay, एक मूवी में song कब आता है? जब कोई एक्सट्रीमली हैप्पी रहता है ना तब सॉन्ग घुसता है. आइटम सॉन्ग जो भी सॉन्ग आते हैं उसमें, या फिर कभी उसका हार्ट ब्रेक हो जाता है, जब एकदम सैड हो जाता है तब सॉन्ग आता है. जब इमोशंस पीक पे रहते हैं ना तब सॉन्ग एंट्री होती है मूवी में. देयर सॉन्ग्स आर इंट्रोड्यूस्ड देयर. एंड भगवद गीता इज ऑल्सो अ सॉन्ग ऑफ कृष्णा व्हेन कृष्णा इज सो एक्सटैटिक एंड दैट्स व्हाई ही इज सिंगिंग इट. मतलब इमेजिन अभी युद्ध होने वाला है, द फाइट इज बीइंग हैपनिंग एंड फाइट रोक के कृष्णा इज सिंगिंग and everybody is listening, and that's how the ecstasy is. And that ecstasy, you understand when you go through this Bhagavad Gita, everywhere you can find this ecstasy, hidden ecstasies in Bhagavad Gita. You will start relishing it. How ecstatically, how lovingly Krishna is explaining Arjuna, and Arjuna also how much nicely he is asking Krishna the different questions to bring out his ecstasy. So many times I have, in the Bhagavad Gita, our 18 days Bhagavad Gita course, we discussed about it in detail. How Bhagavad Gita is a kind of a love letter of Krishna towards the living entity. Love letter. Actually, it's not kind of a simple upadesha. Bhagavad Gita says it's upadesha. No, it's not upadesha. It is a loving expression. है ना. जब एक लड़का लड़की को प्रपोज करता है तो ऐसा मतलब थेरी लिख के नहीं भेजेगा, वो सॉन्ग आएगा ना. तो कृष्णा इज प्रपोजिंग अर्जुन, अरे यू कम टू मी सर्वधर्मान परित्यज मामेकम शरणं. फॉर दैट ही इज रीडिंग ऑल दिस सॉन्ग, है ना, दिस. एंड देन फाइनली अर्जुन सरेंडर्स. यस. सो लाइक दैट दिस भगवद गीता इज अ सॉन्ग ऑफ प्रपोजल ऑफ द लॉर्ड टू द लिविंग एंटिटी. कृष्णा इज कॉलिंग, कम टू मी, कम टू मी. दैट्स व्हाई वी से ना बालाजी इज स्टैंडिंग, है ना, one hand is like this and another hand is, how is another hand? Like this. And please come to my lotus feet. Balaji is calling you. Come here. So Krishna is saying this Bhagavad Gita. This is Krishna's call to the devotees. Please come to me. So whoever understands that sweetness, he will understand. For them it will be swadu swadu pade pade. But for us who doesn't have taste it, अरे भगवद गीता कितना बोरिंग है ना. सो वी हैव टू गेट दैट टेस्ट इन हियरिंग भगवद गीता. हाउ विल गेट दैट टेस्ट, क्वेश्चन इज, है ना. भगवद गीता इतना बोरिंग लग रहा है, भागवत में इतना बोरिंग लग रहा है, प्रभु ये टेस्ट कैसे लेके आएंगे? स्वाद कहाँ है? क्या एडवर्टाइज थी ना रसना की, स्वाद कहाँ है? तो ये स्वाद कैसे आएगा? इसमें स्वाद यहाँ है, चैंटिंग में स्वाद है, कैसे आएगा ये स्वाद? बाय prolonged exposure. Expose ourselves. Don't hide. Don't run away from Bhagavad Gita. Don't run away from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Just expose yourself. Just expose and surrender to Bhagavad Gita, surrender to Srimad Bhagavatam, and let Bhagavatam do the magic on us. Bhagavatam will do magic. He will show us that sweetness in it. Ki bhai, yes, where it is coming. So in this way, we have to just surrender to Srimad Bhagavatam, and that Bhagavatam will himself will reveal this Svadu Svadu, Pade Pade, and every text, every shloka will be a relishable nectar for us. Krishna's pastimes are nectarine, but not like the mundane activities which are mode of good darkness. But yes, Krishna's pastimes are nectarine, they are transcendental. So many times people don't understand that nectar, and they divert their attention towards the mundane topics. Mundane topics, they start hearing the mundane movies and stories and this and that, and then they will lose whatever taste they have achieved in Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, and they will just entertain into that. Like these people are like Mayavadis. Mayavadis, they try to get detached from this world. First of all, they are frustrated, and that's why they're talking about what? Become shunya, become zero, become nirvana. Nothing is there in this world beyond this. This birth and death is illusion. This life is an illusion, because they are disturbed. They are frustrated. They are not getting happiness into these material activities. First of all, and they are frustrated, and they just want to become lifeless. They want to become varietyless. They just want to become shunya, Brahma, and that's why they say Brahma, Jyoti, and they have to merge into that. But after going there also, they are finding happiness there. Brahma means eternity. Brahma has different. Of course, Brahma is also an aspect of the Lord. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti Shabdate. Yes, it is also one of the aspect of the Lord, but it is having only the Sat aspect or some kind of a Chit aspect also to that, but not Ananda aspect. Lord, if you want to understand the Lord completely, because Lord is full of Sat, Chit or Ananda. Lord is full of Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sattva-Tama nahi bol raha hu main. What are you talking about? Sat, Chit, Ananda. He is full of Sat, Chit, Ananda. And we have to experience the Lord in the full form. Then we have to accept His personality. Personality contains Sat, Chit, Ananda, everything. But these Mayavadis, they don't accept it. Arey, kya form ki baat kar rahe ho? This form that we have got is giving me so much trouble and pain. मेरा शरीर में कितना पेन है, मेरे शरीर में कितना ट्रबल्स है ना. अगर शरीर ही नहीं रहेगा तो प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं रहेगा, ना रहेगा बस, ना बजेगी बांसुरी. बोलते कि अगर everything becomes zero, everything you just destroy everything, everything will become happy. This is a frustrated and depressed mindset. This Mayavadi generally have. So, but when even they destroy this form by merging into the Brahma Jyoti, they don't get Ananda there, because there is no interaction, there is no leelas, there is no activities happening, there is no reciprocation happening, and that's why there is no Ananda there. It is explained, one devotee very nicely explains this, how reciprocation increases happiness. Many times we get some prasadam. You go to the Tirupati Balaji and bring some laddus. Do you eat laddu for you only? Prabhuji, laddu so delicious, so nice. I will eat alone for whole week, whole month. Fridge mein rakh ke khayenge. Will you enjoy that?
No.
No. What do? You distribute to the others. And Tirupati laddu, when you distribute, that happiness increases. And people say, "Arey Prabhuji, Balaji ka laddu leke aaye hain." And when you share with each other, it increases. Love increases. The happiness also increases. And when you go and talk to each other, Prabhuji, Balaji में गया था, दर्शन कितने fantastic हुए. अरे 1 मिनट तक किसी ने मेरे को वहाँ पे हटाया नहीं. I was looking at the Lord, and you relish and you remember that Lord's darshan, and you enjoy it again and again, right? So this is how darshan increases. That your happiness increases by sharing. When you share your experience in the Tirupati, what happened there, so like that, when we share, it increases. But there is nobody to share. You go to office is full of atheist people, and they don't want to hear अरे क्या जरूरत वाले जाके जाके टकला मुंडवा करके आ गया पूरा, है ना, and they will start criticize you and all this. You will not feel happy there, and कोई share करने के लिए है ही नहीं. I went to the temple and so nice fun I had there, and in the office you don't feel that happiness there, है ना. Like that, if you get a full kind of full luxury and happy luxury, but there is nobody to talk also, you will not feel happy. And the one devotee was telling, ki if we are getting all kind of luxury in the world, but condition is that we will not have anybody to talk. How long you will enjoy that luxury? Consider you have put it on an island somewhere. There only you are there, and whatever you demand you will get. Whatever you ask, you think it is there, but only condition, nobody is there to talk. Not a single living entity will be there to share with you. And after long time, even if you get some ant in your food, you start having relationship with it, because this ant is reciprocating, talking, you have a relationship, connection with that ant also, है ना. So we want someone to share our thoughts and idea. We'll take a pet, है ना. Many times people in the old days they start keeping pets because their kids are not there with them. They are gone to USA, America and all these things, and nobody is there to take care of them. They will keep a pet and they start relating with that, and while dying they will write all their property in the name of pet only. So they are connecting with it, right? And the kids will be, अरे हमने इतना किया, अरे मेरे सारा property pet के नाम पे कर दिया. So yeah, people relate. The relationship brings happiness and joy. In this way, Mayavadis, they don't relish. Mayavadis, they can't relish. Merging into Shunya, merging into Brahman is not kind of that relishable existence. आज भी लोगों को बोलते हैं कि अरे जीवन का उद्देश्य क्या है? If you go on the street and ask some kind of a spiritual person, someone he says, बस भगवान में विलीन हो जाना है प्रभु जी. But भगवान में विलीन होने में कोई मजा नहीं है. There is no happiness by merging into the God or merging into Brahman. Happiness is having relationship with Him. भगवान में मर्ज होने से अच्छा है भगवान के साथ रहकर लीलाएं करना है, भगवान की लीलाओं में पार्टिसिपेट करना है. You want to relish pastimes of little Krishna in Vraja, or you want to get merged into little Krishna? What is better? Seeing Krishna doing all these pastimes is so relishable than merging in the little Krishna. So Mayavadi's situation is so unfortunate. They don't understand that form of the Lord is so beautiful, because they are so frustrated by seeing their own form. That's why they don't want any form at all, no form, nothing. And that's why they are not able to relish. And that's why what happens when they go to the Brahma Jyoti and they don't get satisfaction there, they try to come down again. They try to come down and they get engaged into so many philanthropic activities. मतलब क्या बोलते हैं, मानवतावादी कार्य करेंगे, ये करेंगे. And finally what happens? These people who are telling Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya and all these stories, and they again get into all those activities. And they open the schools, they open hospitals, and in the school what they will teach? All these worldly things. Matlab, whatever the mithya is there, same teaching that going to give the kids. If you believe in your philosophy of Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya, then why are you teaching this? There are so many Mayavadis, they open the schools. We have so many. They have opened the big hospitals. One hospital is very nearby with us. We have big road on that name. Anybody knows? That is Mayavadi only. So Mayavadi person, if they understand this Jagat Mithya, this body is Mithya, then why you are treating it? They themselves, they defy their own philosophy by getting into the philanthropic activities. So this is how they don't find, because they don't find happiness in Brahman. That's why they try to do philanthropic activities that would save and help others so that they can get some happiness. This is kind of borderline happiness by serving selflessly to others and all these things. This is not actually a happiness of Brahman. Not kind of happiness of it. This is not a happiness of the supreme transcendental nature. This is a worldly happiness. But that also, to gain that also, they want to have interaction. When you interact with the worldly people, you get that happiness. What happiness you will get when you interact with the Supreme Personality of Godhead? That happiness is much higher than that. When devotees, when Mataji cooking in the home, the kheer, नाइसली, हाँ, मतलब दूध को ऐसा गाढ़ा करते करते उसमें राइस डालेंगे, शुगर डालेंगे, क्रीम डालेंगे, एंड वाइल डूइंग ऑल दिस थिंग्स यू आर एंजॉइंग, यू आर थिंकिंग दैट यस दिस स्वीट नेक्टर विल बी, स्वीट नेक्टरियन खीर विल बी टेस्टेड बाय गिरधारी. अभी मैं उसको तुलसी डाल के भगवान को ऑफर करूँगी. एंड while doing that also you are getting that happiness, isn't it? That happiness is much higher than these Brahmavadis they are getting there. A Brahmavadi, they will never able to understand that happiness one mother is experiencing while cooking for Girdhari. The devotees coming to the temple, this Bhakti center, and early morning they are coming, है ना, just immediately फाट ब्रेकफास्ट करके आप यहाँ पे आ जाते हो. आज तो फास्टिंग है ना, आज तो नहीं किया होगा ब्रेकफास्ट आपने, तो आप सुबह सुबह आते हो यहाँ पे, यू कम हियर एंड डू द कंप्लीट क्लीनिंग ऑफ दिस हॉल. प्रभु जी ने बोला है कि आज हॉल सेटअप हमें करना है, तो यू वर्क हार्ड फॉर दैट. वाइल क्लीनिंग एंड ब्रूमिंग दिस हॉल, व्हाट हैप्पीनेस यू आर गेटिंग. घर में कभी झाड़ू नहीं पकड़ा होगा, बट सेंटर में आके झाड़ू पकड़ लेते हैं ना. वाई? बिकॉज गिरधारी इज फॉर गिरधारी's pleasure, isn't it? So the pleasure that you are going to experience while doing all these activities for the pleasure of Krishna, these Mayavadis and Brahmavadis will never be able to taste it, even though they do a tapasya for hundreds of years. हजारों साल तक तपस्या करने के बाद भी ये खुशी उनको कभी नहीं मिलने वाली है. And you are getting it for free. इमेजिन. सो हज़ारों सालों की तपस्याओं का फल, जो खुशी, जो आनंद है, वो आपको भगवान के लिए झाड़ू मार के मिलने वाला है. द एक्सपीरियंस, दैट हैप्पीनेस दैट यू आर टेस्टिंग, नेक्टर दैट यू आर टेस्टिंग while pulling one bead of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one bead and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focusing it, and you are seeing that nectar, that happiness, that sweetness moving around in your mouth when you chant Krishna. जब आप कृष्णा बोलते हो, जो मिठास अपने मुंह में घुलती है ना, इट इज़ मच बिगर दैन वो आपका रसमलाई का, रबड़ी का, जो एनी चॉकलेट दैट यू आर ईटिंग, उसकी मिठास से भी कितना ज़्यादा है. दिस इज मोर स्वीटर. द वर्ड कृष्णा, द स्वीटनेस दैट वर्ड कृष्णा इज गिविंग इज मच स्वीटर दैन एनी स्वीट इन द वर्ल्ड. एंड दैट स्वीटनेस दिस मायावादीज विल नेवर बी एबल टू experience in their life, even though they do thousands of year tapasya. And yes, of course, because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we are able to experience it today. If Prabhupada would have been there, who would have taught us to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Who would have taught us to do these services here? Who would have taught us to do arati there? Who would have taught us to how we would have experienced that sweet water which is Pujari sprinkling on us after the arati, and we are getting goosebumps just by getting the drop of that water on our body. These experiences these Mayavadis will never get. These Mayavadis are beyond. They don't explain, they don't understand also this one, and that's why they go and come back. Anadrita Ishmadan Padangri and Patanti Ada, they will come back again. They don't understand that. So these are the beautiful pastimes, and of course, because of these acharyas, this parampara, we are able to understand this nectarine. And today is a very important date. So Advaitacharya's birth day, we can say, appearance of Advaitacharya, and we are remembering him. So we'll sing a song in the memory of Advaitacharya. Then I will explain who is this Advaitacharya. Anybody knows who is Advaitacharya? No. How many of you don't know Advaitacharya? So okay, let us hear about Advaitacharya today, and we'll hear one song about Advaitacharya today. ठीक है. हाँ. 2 ताल. क्या करना है? स्टॉप करना है? कंटिन्यू करिए. That's all. Okay, this song is in Sanskrit, but it is Sanskrit English text. But this song is in do tal. Anybody knows to play do tal? Do tal है? Prabhuji, give to Prabhuji. This song in Sanskrit describes the glories of Advaitacharya. First of all, I will let you know, when we see the altar, we have a Panchatattva photo. Anybody can locate a Panchatattva photo there? Panchatattva का photo कौन सा है? गिरधारी, राधा रानी, Mahaprabhu. Below that, 2 photos are there. Narsimha there. And another photo is there. 5 people standing, raising their hands. Of course, you are able to see only one there, isn't it? Okay, here you can see the same. In the center, you will see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Where it is? Where is Nityananda Prabhu? Right side. That bluish color of dhoti, bluish uttariya, and next to him you will find one person with a white beard. That is Advaita Acharya, the last one. So his appearance day is today, and it is because of his effort we are able to relish the nectar and pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That because of him we are have a fortune to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tava kripa bale pai Chaitanya Nitai. So we'll sing his glories and how he brought Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on this earth. So this is a song. This is called as Advaita Ashtaka, written by Sarvam Bhattacharya. Okay, ठीक है. हुंकार गर्जनादि अहोरात्र सद्गुणम् हा कृष्ण राधिकानाथ प्रार्थनादि भावनम्. Everyone. हुंकार गर्जनादि अहोरात्र सद्गुणम् हा कृष्ण राधिकानाथ प्रार्थना भावनम्. हुंकार गर्जनादि अहोरात्र सद्गुणम् हा कृष्ण राधिकानाथ प्रार्थनादि भावनम्. हुंकार everyone नादि अहोरात्र सद्गुणम् हा कृष्ण राधिकानाथ प्रार्थना. दीपकस्तूरी च चन्दनादिलेपनं सीतानाथ दैतचरणारविन्दभावनम्. धूपदीपकस्तूरी च चन्दनादिलेपनं सीतानाथ गंगावारी मनोहर तुलस्यादिमंजिरी कृष्ण ज्ञान सदा ध्यान प्रेमवारी जय जय. गंगावारी मनोहर तुलस्यादिमंजिरी कृष्ण ज्ञान सदा ध्यान प्रेमवारी जय. कृपाब्धि करुणानाथ भविष्यति प्रार्थनम् सीतानाथ दैतचरणारविन्दभावनम्. कृपाब्धि करुणानाथ मुहुर्मुहुः कृष्ण कृष्ण उच्चैस्वरे गायतम् अहेनाथ जगत्रा मम दृष्टिगोचरम्. मुहुर्मुहुः स्वर्गायतम् अहेनाथ जगता विभुज करुणानाथ दीयतां सुदर्शनम् सीतानाथ द्वैतचरणारविन्द भावन सीतानाथ दीयतां सुदर्शनम् सीतानाथ द्वैतचरणारविन्द श्रियाद्वैत प्रार्थनार्थ जगन्नाथ आलयम् सचिमात गर्भजात चैतन्य करुणामयम् श्रीअद्वैत प्रार्थनार्थ जगन्नाथ आलयम् सचिमातुर्गर्भजात श्रीअद्वैत संगरं कीर्तनविलासनं सीतानाथ द्वैतचरणारविन्द भावन श्रीअद्वैत संगरंग अद्वैत चरणारविन्द ज्ञान ध्यान भावनं सदाद्वैत पाद पद्म रेणुराशिधारणम् अद्वैत चरणारविन्द सदाद्वैत पाद पद्म रेणुराशिधारणम् भक्तिं जगन्नाथ रक्ष माम भजनं सीतानाथ द्वैतचरणारविन्द भावन भक्तिं जगन्नाथ सीतानाथ द्वैतचरणारविन्द सर्वदात सीतानाथ प्राणेश्वर सद्गुणं ये जपन्ति सीतानाथ पाद पद्म केवलम् सर्वदात सीतानाथ गुणं ये जपन्ति सीतानाथ दीयतां करुणानाथ भक्तियोग तत्क्षणं सीतानाथ द्वैतचरणारविन्द भाजनं दीयतां करुणानाथ सीतानाथ द्वैतचरणारविन्द श्री चैतन्य जय अद्वैत नित्यानंद करुणामयम् एक अंग त्रिधामूर्ति कैसरादिवान् श्री चैतन्य जय अद्वैत नित्यानंद ज्ञान ओंकारादिगर्जनम् सीतानाथ द्वैत चरणारविन्द भाजनम् जीवकारणमति ज्ञान दर्शनम् सीतानाथ द्वैत चरणारविन्द दीनहीननिन्दकारि प्रेम भक्तिदायकम् सर्वदात सीतानाथ शान्तिपूरणायकम् दीनहीननिन्दकारि भक्तिदायकम् सर्वदात सीतानाथ रांग रंग संग दोष कर्मयोग मोक्षणम् सीतानाथ द्वैत चरणारविन्द भावनम् रांग रंग संग दोष सीतानाथ द्वैत सीतानाथ द्वैत चरणारविन्द भावनम् सीतानाथ द्वैत चरणारविन्द भावनम् सीतानाथ द्वैत चरणारविन्द भावनम् सीतानाथ द्वैत Hare Krishna. So I'll explain this little. So how Advaitacharya has been the instrument, one of the important instrument, or maybe one of the important cause why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared on this earth. Many of you know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an incarnation? No. He is not an incarnation. He is the Swayam Krishna. He who takes incarnations, his same self, same Krishna appeared as a sannyasi on this earth. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come. But why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come? So there can be different reasons about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arrival, appearance. But one of the important reasons why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, because he was called. He was called earnestly. Without calling, nobody goes to anybody's house, right? Only sometimes devotees go, है ना, to distribute the mercy. Prabhu ji prasad लेके आए हैं हम लोग. Take something. So yes, but without calling, nobody goes. But yeah, that's how Krishna comes on this earth by earnest call of Advaitacharya. Advaitacharya is, of course, we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Swayam Krishna, and when Swayam Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, comes to earth, he will not come alone, right? He will come along with his paraphernalia, entourage. That's why we said, na, he comes with Sango, Pangasta, Parshadam. Sango, Upanga, Astra and Parshada. Who all comes when Krishna comes? Sanga, Upanga, Astra, and Astra means these weapons. His weapons also are coming on the earth. Sanga, Upanga, his near and dear ones, and Parshada, his associates, everybody comes when Lord comes. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he didn't came alone. He came with all his entourage. Before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, all his entourage was ready here on this earth. They're like, before Lord Ram appears, all monkeys started taking birth. All the demigods started taking birth as a monkeys to take part in the Lord Ram's pastimes. When Krishna came, before Krishna came, there were all the Vrishni Vanshis, they were all the incarnations of the demigods. They came here to take part. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, all the demigods appeared on this earth to take part into Krishna's, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leelas here. So like that, when Krishna came, before Krishna came here, his entourage was already present here. So Advaitacharya is the incarnation of Sadashiva and Mahavishnu, both of them moved together. Of course, like that, many other incarnations also were there. Then Nityananda Prabhu, he also came before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared here. Nityananda Prabhu was Balaram. And who else was there? Gadadhar Pandit. Who was Gadadhar Pandit? Srimati Radharani herself. And Narada Muni was there. Who was Narada Muni? Srivasadi. You can see in this picture, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu standing in same center. Nityananda Prabhu is just behind him. Advaitacharya much behind him. Advaitacharya was 50 years older than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why he's, white beard and all these things. And Nityananda Prabhu also was like, god brother of Advaitacharya, same contemporary. But he was Balaram. And next to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in front little bit, you see Gadadhar Pandit. He is incarnation of Srimati Radharani. She knew that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming and taking incarnation here, but he will be taking sannyas quickly. So she says, no use coming into the female form. That's why she came into male form as Gadadhar Pandit. And then next to him, the person who is playing Mridanga is Srivas Thakur, who is the Narada Muni person. And many other associates are incarnation of many. You can see Prema Bhakti Chandrika, some book is there. There all introductions is given, who is who in Chaitanya Leela, and what is the connection with Krishna Leela. So Advaitacharya appeared. Of course, native of Advaitacharya was Silhat. Anybody from Bengal here? Silhat pata hai kahan pe aata hai? Right now Silhat is in Bangladesh. And all these, many of the saintly people, they were born there. And when they understood that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Prasadya, Supreme Godhead has come, they left their house in the Silhat and they shifted to Navadvip Dham. Navadvip Dham was the place of education and all these things. And many intelligent scholars were staying there. So Advaitacharya family also, from the Silhat they came. Advaitacharya had two wives. One is Mother Sita, that's why we call her Sita Nath. We call him Sita Nath. So Sita Devi was his wife, and another wife was Shri Devi. And he had almost 8 children. All of them were very scholars. And Advaitacharya was staying in the place called Shantipur. From Calcutta to Mayapur on the way, you will find this place as a Shantipur, where Advaitacharya's house is still maintained there. If you want to see, if you go there, you will see that Advaitacharya's house and all this pastime which has happened there. And many pastimes happened there. So we will be discussing all those pastimes here. So Advaitacharya was elder to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 50 years before he came, and of course his name was Lakshmikant, something was there. Okay, but after that he got initiated by Madhavendra Puripad, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's spiritual master, who Madhavendra Puripad, you can say, is the initiator of Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. After Madhavendra Puripad itself, from himself, the philosophy that we are talking about, accepting the gopis as a supreme servant and all these things, these have come. So such is the glories of Madhavendra Puripad. So he was in Vrindavan worshipping Gopalji, the deities that he found and excavated and installed into Govardhan. There's a big pastime for that, you know. And this Gopalji deity used to talk to him. And he asked Madhavendra Puripad, please bring me sandalwood paste which is available in Odisha, and go there and bring it for me, and my body is burning. So Madhavendra Puripad, for the pleasure of the deities, walked from Vrindavan till Odisha. On this way, he passed by the Shantipur. And Shantipur, he met Advaitacharya, and there he initiated him in Krishna mantra. And then Advaitacharya got the name Advaitacharya there. And then, of course, of Advaitacharya's another god brother is Nityananda Prabhu, another god brother is Ishwara Puripad. Vishwa Prabhupada is a spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So like that. So this is the glory. After that, Advaitacharya was drowning himself into the studies of Srimad Bhagavatam and all this. But he found that this world cannot be saved by any other small effort. Because these people of this world are not interested in hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. We are having Srimad Bhagavatam class in Kaggadasapura here. And the people used to travel 8 kilometers from here to hear Bhagavatam class in Whitefield or maybe HBR layout. You can hear that our senior devotees, Mohanrao Prabhuji and all these people used to travel from here to there. But here, Kaggadasapura, we have started Srimad Bhagavatam, but still people are not interested much. So Advaitacharya was feeling so much anxiety. How these people will understand the glories of the Lord? When these people will get delivered? And his heart was paining. And in this pain, he called the Lord. Lord, you only have to come. भगवान आपको ही आना पड़ेगा इन सारे भक्तों का, इन सारे जीवों का उद्धार करने के लिए. To deliver this people, you only have to come. Nobody else can come. Please come. And with simple call, Lord is coming? No. He started calling earnestly. He had one Shaligram Shila. You can see the Shaligram Shila still there being worshipped. So he took this Shaligram Shila and started pouring water, Ganga water. Ganga was just nearby. So Ganga water and continuous offering the tulsi leaves and continuously shedding tears, crying and calling the Lord, please come, deliver this material world, deliver these people, fallen souls of this material world. Kali Yuga is rampant, please come. And his sound, his cry was so loud. Only Kaggadasapura people used to hear? No. Only Bangalore people used to hear? No. His cry, he is a Sadashiv, right? He's a Mahavishnu personally, right? So his cry was so loud that his cries were heard in Golok Vrindavan. Krishna heard his cries and he was offering the water and the tulsi leaves. That's why Krishna says, ki patram pushpam phalam toyam. What patram? Tulsi patra. What toyam? Ganga jal has to be offered. I will be pleased. And Advaitacharya knew that we have to please Krishna. We don't have to offer Chappan Bhoga. We have to offer him what? Tulsi patra and Ganga jal, and with his own tears he is offering it. And then his loud cries were heard in Golok Vrindavana. Krishna heard this sound and came personally in the womb of Mother Sachi. And then, of course, when Advaitacharya was into meditation and crying, and Lord appeared there in Mother Sachi's and immediately appeared in Advaitacharya's house in his altar in a baby form. Advaitacharya was wondering, who is this baby has arrived here and disturbing my tapasya and sadhana and meditation. But yes, Lord said, yes, you stop calling me now, I have arrived here. And then Advaitacharya stopped this worship, and of course immediately he shifted his house from Shantipur to Navadvip, and where the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birthplace is there, where is Yogapit, next to that Advaitacharya's another house is there, and Advaitacharya started staying there. And there what he used to do, he used to gather all the Vaishnavas, Shivas Pandit, other Vaishnavas and all this, and Gadadhar Pandit, everybody will be sitting there and will be singing the glories of the Lord and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has an elder brother. His name was Vishwa Roop. He also used to come and he used to listen, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never come. He was kind of a jolly pastimes. He was showing the pastimes of Nimai Pandit. He used to tease Vaishnavas, and all the Vaishnavas used to think such a kind of a beautiful boy, because he was very attractive. Krishna personally coming in this world, then how he will be attractive, right? So people were attracted to his beauty. But his notorious activities, people say, this person, if he gives up these notorious activities and hears Srimad Bhagavatam, he'll become a great Vaishnava. People were praying like that, but they don't know the person whom they are praying, the same person that is there. Eventually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's brother took sannyas, he went off. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit, he got married and all these things. Pastimes happened. And so, this kind of pastimes keep on happening. And suddenly, one day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's father passed away, and Nimai Pandit's father passed away, and he went to Gaya to take do the Pindadan. There he met Ishwar Puripad and he took initiation there. And after initiation, the Nirnay Pandit changed his form, changed his appearance, changed his attitude. Now he became a devotee. As soon as he got a Krishna mantra, he started chanting Krishna mantra incessantly. And all the devotees, Advaita Acharya, all the devotees became jubilant. Yes, now this person has become a devotee. And they started taking part in the night kirtan along with Nimai, who is playing kirtan there. And all the Vaishnavas used to relish that. And what happened? One day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in this, of course, this was the secret Leelas. Pastimes were very, very secret. The Nimai Pandits, Nimai's, this night Sankirtan were not allowed for everybody. Not everybody was taking part into that. Only few selected devotees in Shiva's Pandit's Angan, which is a very close place. Only selected people will enter there. They will do whole night Kirtan and they will go off. Nobody else external who was having a contaminated mindset was allowed to come inside. Somebody comes inside, his mind will, Mahaprabhu will get immediate the signal ki somebody of the bad mind has come, somebody sinner has come inside, he is not pure, that's why we are not able to get ecstasy, like that, all this. So this kirtan was happening. One day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed the pastime of Mahaprakash Leela. You know, Mahaprakash Leela, till the time he never accepted that he is Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. He always used to say, Vishnu, 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 I am not Krishna. I am his servant. I am his das. If Jiva calls himself God, that is a big aparad. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come here to play the role of a devotee. And how a devotee can call himself God? That is big aparad, that is big offense. You know? That's why he never accepted that he is the God. And sometimes only few occasions are there where he displayed that he is a Purna Bhagavan. That's why it is called as Mahaprakash Leela. When Mahaprabhu in ecstasy accepted that yes, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and accepted all the worship from everybody. So that Mahaprakash Leela, and that when everybody was offering worship to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like this, he was granting boons to everybody. Everybody he was granting boon. Okay, you take the Krishna Prem, you get the love of Godhead, and this. Everybody was getting biggest of the biggest benefits and gifts from the Lord. And when everybody was getting benefited, even the servants of the Shiva's Pandit house, Dukhi, she got blessings and she got the mercy, ecstasy. But one name was not there into that list. What was the name that was not there? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mother's name was not there. People ask, Hare Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya, you are giving mercy to everybody, but you are not giving mercy to your mother Sachi. You know? Then he says, no mercy for Mother Sachi. Why Mother Sachi is not going to get mercy? Because she is an offender. She offended my devotees. That's why she will not get a mercy. She will not get back to Godhead. Krishna's mother cannot go back to Godhead. Such a kind of a difficult thing, right? All devotees were pained. How Mother Sachi is not going to get? Then I ask, what offense she has done? Mahaprabhu said then, she has offended Advaita Acharya. What Advaita Acharya she has offended? She said, he said, when my brother Vishwarup took sannyas, Mother Sachi became angry. She was very angry and she started cursing and slanging Advaita Acharya. You know? So when somebody does offense to a Vaishnava Ninda, he will not get mercy of the Lord. Whoever he may be, a Biyani, Ambani, what bolte ho? Agar biggest of the biggest wealthy person he may not be, or biggest of biggest Pandit he may not be, he will not get the mercy of the Lord if he offends the Vaishnava. What do you talk about Ambani and Biyani? Even if he is a mother of Lord Chaitanya, she will not get mercy if she has done a ninda of a Vaishnavas. Very dangerous. You will not go back to Godhead at all. And she has done it. Of course, she has done it in the pain because her son has taken a sannyas and she is blaming all these Vaishnavas because आपकी वजह से मेरा बेटा घर से भाग गया है, सन्यासी बन गया है ना? She was very pained, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't accept it. Whatever may happen, you should not offend Vaishnava. Advaita Acharya is such a kind of a great person and you are offending him. No mercy for her. Then everybody asked Mahaprabhu how she will get pardon. says, if Mother Sachi has to get the mercy, she has to take a lotus feet dust of Advaitacharya on her head, and then she will be worthy of my mercy. And Advaitacharya was stunned. How is it possible? The supreme personality of Godhead standing in front of me. And of course, Mahaprabhu never accepted Advaitacharya as his junior. 50 साल बड़े हैं उनसे already, and he is a guru's god brother. He was accepting, he was keeping him as at the level of his guru. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always took the dust of the lotus feet, dust of Advaitacharya on his head. And now he is telling, Advaitacharya now is telling, mother has to take the lotus feet, dust of Advaitacharya's lotus feet. And Advaitacharya was running here and there. Actually, he was simply tolerating that Mahaprabhu is touching his feet. But now he is telling, my mother also should touch his feet. Impossible. Advaitacharya started running here and there. He was started hiding. And then Mahaprabhu says, no mercy till she takes the dust of Advaitacharya. And everybody was requesting, Advaitacharya, please give, please give, please give. Advaitacharya was not listening, and Mother Sachi was not getting mercy at all. Then they started doing ecstatic kirtan, and while doing kirtan, Advaitacharya was so ecstatic, he fainted. He became unconscious. And when he became unconscious, everybody says, Mother Sachi, please take, this is a chance for you to take this lotus feet dust. And Mother Sachi took the lotus feet dust of Advaitacharya's lotus feet, and then she got a mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Krishna Prem. So this is Mahaprabhu explained, yes, Advaitacharya is the best person, he is a Vaishnavas. Without his mercy, nobody will get Krishna Prem. And because Advaitacharya himself, Krishna has come here on this earth. So once what happened, but of course Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never gave his lotus feet dust to Advaitacharya. Everybody could touch lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Advaitacharya was not allowed because he is a senior. Advaitacharya was worried what to do. Kya kiya jaye? Ki we get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he devised a plan. What he did, he was running a small school. Of course, everybody was a devotee. Devotee means they will consider a devotion as a supreme most philosophy. But now in this school, he started teaching that devotion kuch nahi hai. Mayavad is a supreme. Mayavad says knowledge. You get a knowledge. With the knowledge only you can get the God and you will become a God and all these things. And news spread wide. And everybody started talking, and Mahaprabhu understood ki Advaitacharya is speaking Mayavad philosophy. Mahaprabhu became angry. He came to Shantipura, stood at the door of Advaitacharya. Advaitacharya, what is this you are teaching now? And he says, no, whatever I am teaching is correct only. Yeah, is it correct? Tell me, what is supreme? Jnana is the supreme or the bhakti is the supreme? Advaitacharya says, no, Jnana is the supreme. Because without Jnana, what somebody will do bhakti? With the Jnana only bhakti can be done. And all these things, and Mahaprabhu became very angry. He caught his collar, his shoulder, and brought him in the courtyard and started beating, sitting on his chest, and become very, very angry. Mahaprabhu can tolerate anything, but he will never tolerate Mayavada philosophy, which talks that Lord, the devotee can become the Lord, or the Mayavada philosophy which tells that the Lord doesn't have any form. So that is Mayavada philosophy is Mahaprabhu never tolerated. And he started beating and chastising the Advaitacharya. And Advaitacharya, getting the beating of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is getting ecstasy because that was his desire. Mahaprabhu should not consider him as a senior, but as a junior and chastise him. Whom we will chastise? Somebody who is junior. That person only will chastise, right? किसको डांटेंगे हम लोग? हमारे जूनियर को डांटेंगे. So he was in ecstasy that at least Mahaprabhu right now has accepted me as his servant. And he is beating me, and he was in ecstasy there. And everybody was able to, of course, Nityananda was able to understand what is the reason happening here. And he was chanting Hari Hari, Hari Hari. And Shivas Acharya, Shivas Pandit was there. He was also in ecstasy. Advaitacharya's wife, Sita Devi, although she was knowing that Mahaprabhu is a God, personality and all these things, but she was not able to understand if Mahaprabhu is such a kind of a hefty, stout person, Advaitacharya is an old man, and he will start beating, he will die. So she started crying Keshava, Keshava and all these things. And Advaitacharya was in ecstasy and taking lotus feet dust of Mahaprabhu immediately and just rolling into that. And Mahaprabhu was angry. And Mahaprabhu was telling, because of you only I have come. Have you forgotten that? loudly chanting. And he publicly accepted because of Advaita Acharya's call only. I have come here, and now Advaita Acharya is giving the ulta philosophy here. And this way Mahaprabhu started chastising and all this thing. Sometimes he became calm, and Advaita Acharya accepted. Yes, bhakti is a supreme. So in this way, Advaita Acharya devised a plan to accept the mercy. Of course, Advaita Acharya's plans don't stop here also. When eventually Mahaprabhu took sannyas, and Mahaprabhu was in ecstasy, and he wanted to go to Vrindavan and dedicate his life and spend his whole life in Vrindavan while doing the bhajan of Krishna, Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu devised a plan to bring Chaitanya Mahaprabhu back to Shantipur. Mahaprabhu took sannyas somewhere into Navadvip there, Katava Gram, right? So there, and from there he came, they diverted his way to Shantipur. Shantipur was there here, Ganga was flowing this side, and that side Mahaprabhu came like that. And Nityananda Prabhu bought him, and Nityananda Prabhu says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was already in ecstasy, he doesn't know where is he going, he was complete ecstasy. Where is he, what is he going, what is happening, he doesn't know. He saw Advaita Acharya other side of Ganga. Nityananda Prabhu says, Mahaprabhu, you have come to Vrindavan. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw, Advaita Acharya standing across the Ganga, and how he has come to Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu says, and Advaita Acharya says, yes, you are in Vrindavan because you are in the other side of Ganga where Yamuna merges there. That's why you are in Vrindavan. And this side we are Ganga side. So you are there. So Mahaprabhu understood that trickery of Nityananda, and said, you cheated me, Nityananda. You brought me to Shantipur instead of telling me to Vrindavan. Advaita Acharya says, okay, Mahaprabhu, don't worry now. Anyway, you have come here. Now please come to my house. I have prepared a simple prasadam for you. What prasadam, simple prasadam I have prepared? I have prepared some small, little bit rice is there, and some kind of a shak means that sopu, all these things that I have cooked. You please have it, and we can go to Vrindavan afterwards like that. So Mahaprabhu, he brought Mahaprabhu back to his home, Shantipur, but instead of having a small prasadam, he had made a big feast because he already knew that Mahaprabhu is coming on this way. So big mound of rice was there, a big different kinds of varieties of sabjis and achar and everything was there, a big feast for Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu was sitting there and telling, Hare Advaita, what do you think? I am a sannyasi here. Sannyasi should eat this much only. You are giving this much big feast for me. How will I eat this? And Advaita Acharya was telling Mahaprabhu, don't tell me all these things. Because I know that you are eating such a kind of a feast 3 times a day in Puri in the form of Jagannath. This is nothing for you. Please have it. Advaita says, Jai Krishna, Jai Krishna, what is that shloka? Same Krishna, same Jagannath, same Sachisut Chaitanya here. So you are the same person. So you don't worry, you eat it. This is a simple small morsel for you. It's a big heap of rice and all sabjis and all these things. So Mahaprabhu started eating. Nityananda Prabhu was sitting next to him. He also got one plate. Nityananda Prabhu was telling, okay Advaita, what are you serving me? I am a 3 days hungry person. And do you think this much is sufficient for me? ये तो मेरा आधा पेट भी नहीं भरेगा. Nityananda Prabhu became angry. Of course, God brothers, right? They started having pastimes playfully. Advaita Acharya started teasing Nityananda. Hey, what Nityananda? You are avadhuta. You should not be lusty for the food. You should be lusty for the Krishna Katha. What is this you are looking for the food and all these things? And Nityananda, Advaita started fighting. Nityananda became angry. He took the food, juta hard, and throw it on his plate. And when he threw it on the plate, the rice started spreading here and there. One rice touched Advaita Acharya's body. Of course, Advaita Acharya Brahmana, झूठा body को लगेगा तो स्नान करना पड़ेगा ना. But here Nityananda Prabhu's uchishta touching in his body, immediately started becoming ecstasy and started dancing and crying. And Advaita Acharya started dancing. Like that, Advaita Acharya devised a plan to get the Nityananda Prabhu's mercy also here. And then eventually, after this, Advaita Acharya arranged for Mother Sachi to come here, and he arranged that 7 days Mahaprabhu will be there in association of his mother and taking her service and all these things. Of course, these pastimes continued. So Advaita Acharya played a very, very important role in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes and Leela. First of all, he became the cause for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, and he became the cause for Mahaprabhu spreading the mercy all over the world. Of course, in between Advaitacharya went to Vrindavan also. And Vrindavan, we can find there is one temple, Radha Madan Mohan. You have seen Madan Mohan deity in Vrindavan? This was discovered by Advaitacharya. So Advaitacharya has a contribution for that also. And again, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Jagannath Puri, as whatever he has promised his mother, and stayed there, and he stayed there till his 42nd age. And one day Advaitacharya wrote a nice letter to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this letter he wrote one poem, a puzzle. But that puzzle was कि in the market there is enough amount of rice and rice rates has gone down, nobody is purchasing the rice. This was the meaning of the poem. And everybody was wondering, Advaitacharya has written a letter to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the letter also he is writing this kind of a nonsense poem. What this poem is? Actually this was a secret message of Advaitacharya. Because Advaitacharya's call, Mahaprabhu came. And now Mahaprabhu distributed Krishna Prem all over the world, and whole world was inundated with the Krishna Prem. Now there was nobody left out who is atheist, who is not having Krishna Prem. So now your purpose of life, purpose of Leela is completed. Now you can go back. That was the simple message. That was a secret message of अरे बाद में लास्ट में अभी कथा खत्म नहीं हुई है. ठीक है. Okay, so Mahaprabhu read that poem and he understood yes, my purpose of this incarnation has completed. And immediately after that Mahaprabhu completed his Leela and went back to Godhead. So Advaitacharya was the catalyst in Mahaprabhu's full Leela. That's why we call Tava Kripa Balepa Chaitanya Nita. So this is Advaitacharya's pastimes. I briefed in a very, very short. But yes, one thing is very important. Until unless we take Advaitacharya's mercy, we can't understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leelas perfectly. So let us take the blessings of Chaitanya Advaitacharya today on this appearance day, and pray that we can understand, we can enter the Leelas of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. Advaitacharya ki jai. Okay, so we'll stop here. Anything want to comment or say something about today's class, or maybe some questions? Jai Shri Kaggadasapura Mahaprabhu ki jai. Okay, today was a little bit quite long Leela, long pastimes. Fine, let us stop here. So now we'll have a Aarti. Oh, chanting we missed, right? Okay, shall we do chanting of one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Okay.